Hello and welcome to our group project on the analysis of the management of a firm. The firm that we have chosen to analyze is Facebook, and the purpose of this analysis is to hopefully use Facebook as a sort of guideline for what to do and what not to do to make a successful social media company. This analysis is going to be broken into four larger segments, one for each of the four management functions, those being planning, organizing, leading, and controlling, each being narrated by a different member of our group. But before that, I hope to give some background details on Facebook to give some more context to our analysis. The majority of their revenue comes from advertising since most of their products are free. And this lines up with their mission as quoted below, which is to give people the power to build community and bring the world closer together. And some details on their environment, which should also prove useful. Given the nature of a social media company, their environment is going to be very chaotic, very unpredictable, and necessitates a lot of reactions, a lot of good reactions. But what sets Facebook apart from most social media companies is that the vast majority of their user base is over the age of 35, or from 25 to 34, as quoted below. Given that most social media companies are more popular with teens, this is something that sets them apart and could be both positive or negative, and we hope to go more into that in the analysis, which, speaking of,
Hey guys, my name is Mohammed Amar, and today I will be talking about the planning side of management functions at Facebook. How does this planning work, one may ask? It all starts with a business plan. A business plan is made when the key stakeholders of a company get down to outline a company's goals, strategies, and how they plan on achieving those goals. A business plan, for example, is used to entice investors before a company has established a track record. It may also assist in obtaining financing from financial organizations. When you look at Facebook, you will see that its basic vision, goal, and values are all about ideas. Facebook currently has a market worth of around $440 billion and employs around 18,770 people. However, the digital giant must continue to innovate aggressively in order to keep its dominance. Mark Zuckerberg, the company's founder and CEO, has created a culture that rewards risk-taking, allowing his engineers to experiment with new software builds on a regular basis. Facebook's iconic hackathon events are continuously providing an innovative-oriented environment. When looking at a corporation with such an inventive culture, one would wonder, who's planning all of this? Facebook is a large-scale, innovative company where managers at all levels have a certain amount of planning power. Nonetheless, the company's management, which includes the CEO, COO, CFO, CTO, CPO, and CBO, is involved in executive planning for the company's direction. Planning being an important factor of the management function, one must think, how does Facebook's method of planning benefit them? Facebook benefits from the exceptional planning and innovative environment that it has created. It raises awareness of the organization's mission among investors and stakeholders. It also gives the corporation a direction, making it easier to fulfill the goals, and establishes measurable goals and objectives for evaluating the effectiveness of the organization's strategy. Lastly, I would like to tell you how I feel Facebook could improve its planning process. Facebook is currently facing political pressure and privacy policy pressures because they don't really have good policies regarding these two sectors. I feel like Facebook needs to better their policies to ensure their social media image and in order to achieve their goals.
I'm going to talk about the organizing part of the group project. Facebook's multi-fact matrix organizational structure is a perfect fit for the company's needs and the diverse product and service. In terms of leadership, Facebook has a dominant flat organizational structure with fewer leaders than subordinates who tend to have more autonomy in their roles. In the Facebook's organizational structure can be broken down into three different divisions. First one, Facebook has a series of corporate divisions and the teams that manage key business functions across the entire organizational structure based on business needs defined in the corporate vision and the mission statement. The second one is geographic divisions. The company used for different geographic divisions to explain difference in culture and attitudes to social media in different parts of the world. This allows Facebook to address different in the attitudes and the behaviors of different audience. The last one, the product divisions. Most of Facebook business focus on its core social networking service. The company has also incorporated the product group into its organizational structure. And for the reason of Facebook organizational is effective, I think because this help remain flexible and offers multinational operation in a range of different markets. A team based on corporate function can exercise a great deal of control over global operations while maintaining a positive culture and leaving the product department free to innovate and innovative. And for the recommendations, I think have four steps can improve organization. The first one is set clear goal. The second one is manage plastic and the conflict early on. Third one is change the power balance when company needed. The last one is take time to build a relationship. So that's all I want to talk about my part of the organizational structure.
So I'm going to talk about the leading part. Like at any other companies, like Walmart, managers delegate tasks and give orders to employees, and then employees follow their leaders' orders. But in Facebook, it uses a conversational management style. Like both of managers and employees are empowered to make decisions, make suggestions, and provide solutions. And in Facebook, employees are motivated because Facebook encourages employees taking initiatives. Like when employees know that their initiatives are appreciated, they do their best to be appreciated in all that they do. And Facebook also raises the performance of employees. This method brings about competition among employees, and all employees do their best to keep their work standard. And in Facebook, its rewards and benefits are pretty good because Facebook's benefits is based on 7 parts. They are health, community, family, growing up, financial, convenience, and leave. Some of the unique benefits Facebook offers include access to doctors around the world, hobby clubs, food, snacks, on-campus health clients, laundry service, transportation, and so on. And also, employees are valued by the company because Facebook encourages role shifts based on employee strengths. All Facebook employees have the right to change their role if they believe they can better serve the organization in any other skill set. And because the Facebook empowering employees to feel confident and respected, so the gap between lower level employees and higher uppers is small. The Facebook CEO Zuckerberg doesn't follow a traditional way and welcomes idea and feedback from everyone, even junior employees. So employees like the idea that their CEO is both a co-employee and a boss. It shirks the distance and disconnect between lower level and higher level employees. Because the Facebook is matrix organizational structure, so it is possible that team duties can't clearly defined. So the decision making is slowed and the evaluating employee performance becomes very hard. So my recommendation is many team members can operate at the same time and vote for the best solution at the end.
In terms of controlling, Facebook has a strategy called 360 real-time feedback. The goal of the strategy is to facilitate the manager and make them to have a better understanding to each employee's performance throughout the appraisal, and also minimizing any uncertainty and ambiguity on both ends. The process of this strategy called performance summary circle, and it happens twice per year, and this is a two-week period where employees solicit peer feedback and write a self-assessment. The managers then read all the peer feedback and then the self-assessment and then determine a performance assessment, or they need to rate the employee's performance for the last 6 months, in if or not the right time to promote the employee. And there are some benefits of this strategy, which is according to the Facebook Vice President of Human Resources, Jenny Ogle, the firm implemented system was discovered to be most practical and efficient among the various methods that they tried, because the company performance review software and the 360 feedback twice a year made it easy for employees to give and receive recognition and visibility. And the employees seem to agree with that, because according to a internal survey, they conclude that over 87 of people wanted to keep the performance rating. And on the other hand, there are also some drawbacks for the strategy. So there's a survey of CNBC in 2019 shows that more than dozen former employees linked the company to a cult, claiming that the employee feel a distinct pressure to never show the dissent, to keep up the appearance on their Facebook profile, and to force the quote dignity and friendship with their coworker in order to advance. Where the peer review components of their performance management strategy may be an efficient way or of assessing each employee's strengths in such a large company, but many former employees felt that it often turns into a simply popularity contest where coworkers were pitted against one another to compete for the advancement. In my opinion, to give some advices, I think the company layoff 360 real-time feedback needs a fair and impartial evaluation criteria, where not intermingled with personal emotion of mutual evaluation. And the evaluation between the colleagues needs to ensure that it's open in order to ensure their opinion and not swayed by others. Also, the company needs to adjust the proportion of mutual evaluation of employees in overall performance evaluation, because in addition to a good reputation among colleagues, the employee needs to also show his ability more with casual performance in the work, and also it prevents malicious evaluation by others. So therefore, it's reasonable and feasible for a company to use this strategy.
So as a brief conclusion, the biggest strength of Facebook appears to be the emphasis on the team and how involved everyone is in the management process, whereas the biggest weakness appears to be the complexities that come with having that many perspectives and how difficult it can be to get any real progress done. So with that said, that brings us to the end. We hope our goal was accomplished and that Facebook could be used as a sort of guideline for what to do and what not to do for how to manage a social media company. Thank you.